Rinya Nakamura versus Fernie Garcia. So talk to us about
my boy.
Nakamura. Talk to us about him.
Nakamura. Wrestling credentials through the roof. Bo Nickel level wrestling. Let's go. No one talks about him. I was like, why? But probably because he's not like, oh, I'm an edgy Trump supporter, and that's how I'm going to get my views because it worked for Colby Covington, so I'm just going to do that too because that's Bo Nickel. But
is he taking the same angle, Bo Nickel? Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, 100%. He's like,
okay.
His whole Instagram is like posing with Trump or like cleaning his guns and stuff, which is like, it's cool, whatever. But it feels fake. It feels disingenuous to me. Whereas Nakamura, fantastic wrestler, same credentials. And he's like, instead of just taking people down and laying on them, I am going to use that wrestling explosiveness to knock people out. And he was on Road to UFC, which was that tournament they did, right? And he just like knocked everybody out. If you didn't watch Road to UFC and you weren't watching Rinya run through that whole thing, knocking people out, and you're like, this guy's supposed to be a wrestler. What are we doing? And then in this fight, he wrestled a lot more. But dude, his top game, so sick, sick. Because anytime Garcia would move or anything, he's just let me just float. I'm gonna allow you to move, but I'm floating on top of you, and as soon as you're done moving, I'm clamping back down, going for crucifixes, going for straight arm locks, going for arm, like, just his grappling is so good. Yeah, Genevieve, such great grappling for that match. And that's what it was cool. You know, I was telling a lot of people, like, hey, watch this guy, he cracks. You know, he hits super hard. And then he went out there and wrestled, but dude, he can do both, man. It's exciting to watch. He's a very good prospect and a killer of a division, but dude, he is definitely someone to watch for because he hits hard as fuck. Whereas like Bo Nickel, like, yeah, he hits hard. He just got a knockout in his last fight. But everyone knows the wrestling. Whereas Nakamura, I think, it's more well-rounded, you know? And he's a bantamweight, so like he's going to get much better matchups, you know?
By the way, third round, Fernie Garcia was like, you know what, I'm good. Let me just make sure I don't get taken down. I'm going to try to avoid these altercations in the center of the octagon as much as possible because every time that he would start trying to attack, and that's when he left himself open for Nakamura takedown.
Yeah, and one thing I didn't like about the commentary is when he did get that takedown in the third round, Bisping was like, yeah, and you know, he was starting to get tagged a little bit, and that's why he took it. He's like, you know what, I've had enough of that. Let me take him down. That's not what happened. What happened was Garcia stumbled for a second. He crossed his feet for a second, and Nakamura was like, that's my entry right there. He stumbled, I'm taking him down. And I love when that happens because a lot of times fighters will either stumble off balance or they'll swing and miss wide and then they spin completely around to follow through. And like that stuff should not be happening. And when it does happen, if you're fighting somebody and they do that, you need to be ready to take advantage of that. And that's something that Calvin Kattar did against Giga Chikadze when they fought. Was he spun for a second and was off balance, and Calvin Kattar literally sprinted at him and took him down from it. And it was so cool to see because so many people just let you have that moment. And it's like, dude, why are we letting people have those moments? And Nakamura did the same thing. As soon as Garcia stumbled for a second, he was in on the takedown and took him down. And I thought it was so sick. I'm a huge fan.
Genevieve saying American UFC audiences would have been so pissed, but the Singapore crowd loved the good grappling. Hey,
yeah, it was weird.
Some good tidbits. I love it.
It was weird watching UFC in Singapore again, and it's been a long time since one. When was the last time one was in Singapore? I feel like they haven't been back there in a while because of the Lumpini deal. But yeah, it was cool to see. It's a great. I mean, the fight culture there is really good. You know, it's fun
love
stuff
it.
there.
All right, man. We have
Nakamura, one to watch.
We have about 20 minutes left here and a few fights left to cover. Hey everybody, Romero and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description, and it's going to be on screen at the end here. Don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It goes a long way. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.